That takes us to agenda item 3H, discuss and act on county right-of-way crossing agreement for flock safety to install a pole-mounted traffic camera and associated equipment on the east side of the Poetry Road right-of-way at the intersection with Boxwood Drive and all related issues. Commissioner Lichty, this is unfairly has your name on it, but
That's okay.
take it away.
Our county engineer, would you please like to explain this?
Sure. This item has been ongoing for a little while. My item is just merely looking at the location, if it's appropriate to place this infrastructure in the county right-of-way in this location. And as far as any controversy with flock cameras, like or dislike of flock cameras, it's not for me to opine on. So I'll just briefly say this is a monopole system. It is solar driven, so it won't have any other external infrastructure other than that monopole with a solar battery. It is at the southeast corner of our county in Precinct 3, right near the Kaufman County line. And it's my understanding from talking with the sheriff's office that we had traffic counts earlier this year, and there was a lot of traffic coming in and out of in between Kaufman and Rockwall, and so that's how this location was selected. This would be the first camera of its type in the unincorporated area. I believe other parts of the county have it in some of the cities, but this would be the first one in Rockwall County. So if y'all have any other questions for me, I'm available, but I believe our sheriff's office is also able to answer questions specifically on the camera system.
Questions for the engineer? All right, thank you, Erica.
No questions for the engineer, but I'd like to, I know the sheriff may want to weigh in on this also. I've spoken with Sheriff Garrett. I totally understand his reasons for doing this. As Judge New said, I may have been unfairly named in this. I think it's because it's in Precinct 3. But my concern with this has nothing to do with flock and all the noise you hear on the internet about flock cameras and flock securities. I'm not even going to get into that. But I do think, in my opinion, this is creating a network of security and a network of camera observations that goes beyond what, in my opinion, is necessary, and that we have to protect our liberties as much as we can and our civil liberties. And I know all the arguments, somebody might say, well, don't you carry a phone with you? And I say, yes, I do. And they say, well, they can track you anywhere you're going. And I say, yes, they can, but I can leave my phone at home. I can't take the flock camera down if I'm up there. So to me, and just for the record, we had something come up several months ago where we were dealing with monitoring high crime areas, parking lots, things where we had stolen catalytic converters, and I was in favor of that. I voted for that. I don't want to by any means strip our law enforcement of necessary tools. This location is really out there in the middle of nowhere. And I don't see the need for it. And since it is the 250th anniversary of our liberty, I would like to quote Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, who said, "Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." And for those reasons, I am opposed to this.
All right. Commissioner Galana, I see your finger on the button.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously going to be a very hotly debated topic in the 90th, and they are. I would imagine there's going to be several attempts at legislation to either abolish this, similar to red light cameras, or to rein it in significantly. And I don't know what it's going to look like. I know that our own state senator has already made a comment, several comments, that this is a priority item for him. And so I just want to, the court to understand that this is going to be hotly debated soon. And I I don't know that whatever decision we make today is going to hold up anyway. After the legislators get a hold of it.
Yeah, Commissioner Macklin.
Well, that's interesting, because I was kind of on that same train thought, that do we go ahead and vote on this now, or do we kind of wait and see what happens in the legislative session too? Because I share some of Commissioner Lichty's concerns as well, that, but again, crime is crime, and I don't want to say the crime's coming from Kaufman County or anything because of where the location is, so we're not going to go there.
Commissioner Stacy.
Well, in the last 60 days, Lauren Lichty and I both played Benjamin Franklin in plays, and so that was a very good quote. But I completely agree with your concern, Commissioner.
Yeah, I agree as well. And I'm not against LPRs, license plate readers. I think they're a good tool for law enforcement. I know in the news recently has been some rogue officers using it inappropriately. That's an agency issue. That's not a camera issue. But to Commissioner Lichty's point, we do have our civil liberties that we need to protect. I would like Flock to come back, or whoever. There's several other competitors out there. I think they need more guardrails. Because, as you remember, months and months ago, we approved Flock cameras for law enforcement, and their contract said for law enforcement, government agencies, or other third parties. And we went back and struck through other third parties, sent it back to them, and I thought they'll never sign that. They signed it immediately, had no issues with it, signed it and sent it back. Well, since then, I've discovered one reason they can do that is the state of Washington has ruled in their court, in their state Supreme Court, that the data kept on the Flock system is subject to open records. And so when your data here is kept somewhere else that is subject to open records, that's the weak link. So that's the open door that all the information is available via Washington State. So I really I have a problem as well with other people being able to infringe on our Fourth Amendment constitutional rights. But again, I want our law enforcement to have this tool, but man, I'm going to need to see some guardrails, some ways where, hey, we're not connected to that big network. We keep our data siloed here for our use.
Judge, obviously, I totally agree with you. But interesting point on that. I would be really interested in learning about that Washington case, because we got two different things going on. You got legal principles in Washington and their open records, and then we have a contract with Flock.
Right.
And our contract, they can't violate that contract. And if they are putting the information into an arena which allows someone other than law enforcement to access it, we could very easily have a breach of contract with them. And if that's happening, I would love it if our district attorney's office would take a look at that for us.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion if somebody is so inclined.
I will make a motion, I think. I will make a motion that we disapprove the request to install a pole-mounted traffic camera and associated equipment on the east side of Poetry Road, right-of-way at the intersection with Boxwood Drive.
Got a motion by Commissioner Lichty.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Macklin. Any further questions or comments? If you'll register your vote. It passes 5-0.